So let's start with the very first topic, which is index numbers. So these index numbers are statistical measures. They are the kind of tools which are designed to express change in a variable or a group of variable. It is used to express that. Few examples from common daily life can be like CPI, which is the consumer price index, the GDP deflator, the stock market indices, production price index, PPI, etc. Calculation involves mainly three types of methods: aggregative method, averaging relative method, weighted relative index method, mainly being used. So the aggregative method, as the name itself suggests, that it takes the aggregation and it is mainly used to calculate the price index, the price change. In this method, the index number is calculated by taking the sum of all values of a certain commodity in a particular year, and which is being divided by a selected base year and further multiplied by 100 to take the percentage off. So this is what is done under the aggregative method basically. Now the next method, or if I say that the formula for this simple aggregative price index method is P, as you can see, it's P01, which is equal to the summation of P1 upon summation of P0 into 100, where what is P01? It is the current price index number which we are calculating. Summation of P1, sigma P1 is the total of commodity price in the current year, and P0 is the total of commodity in the selected base year, and it is being multiplied by 100 to take the percentage. A simple example can be like if there is a commodity and its price was rupees 10 in 2014, which has now increased to rupees 100 in 2024. So how will take the change in price? It's the 100 upon 10, which is rupees 10, and further for percentage we'll multiply that by 100, which becomes 1000. So here the 1000 is the index number. It shows that how much the price has been changed over the last 10 years. The next method is the average relative method, where since the number of commodities taken here is relatively higher, so average it is used. Here the average of all those commodities prices is being taken instead of taking the price of a single commodity. Here the large group of commodities is being considered, and further the same method is being used. The next is weighted relative index method. Here the weights are being taken, which are the percentage of expenditure done on a given particular commodity during the base period or the current period. They are being used here, but here the weights are being taken as a percentage of expenditure, and particular commodity is being studied. So here the base period expenditure is being considered with the current period expenditure. Now, what are the types of index numbers? So basically there are these, which you can see: price, the quantity, value, composite index numbers. Mainly can be divided among these four categories. Now we can take the examples, like under the price index number, CPI can be considered, WPI, which is the wholesale price index, and the PPI can be taken, because here the price is being taken into consideration and it is being compared to see the change. All three involves prices. Quantity involves production index or employment index. Certain example where it's being shown that how much production is being changed in terms of quantity, or or the employment data in terms of the quantity. Then under the value index is the GDP deflator or the import export, which shows basically the on the national level how much is being changed. Under the composite index number, it's the SDI that shows the value, the quality of life that's being composed of several factors, or the cost of living index. Both of them shows what is the quality of life, because they are being, the composite index numbers has been comprised of several factors or indicators. Certain construction of index numbers, there are the few most commonly being used names or the index parameters. Where they can be used? They can be used to see how much the price has been increased or changed, or what are the adjustments, so the inflation can be measured, economic policies can be based upon them, seeing what are the measures to be taken. We can compare the international trade analysis, also seeing the price level and the exchange value. Then similarly, cost of living adjustment can be calculated. What were the previous prices and how much the cost of living has been changed. Standard of living can be compared. There are certain limitations also. Like there can be substitution bias, there can be errors, there can be quality changes from the period of time being taken. There can be confusion of base year, like which base year shall be considered. There can be confusion of basket of goods, which particular basket of good shall be considered for evaluation. So like I said, there can be sampling errors. They are not mainly good enough for a longer period of time because its prices are quite quantity, even quality. They're quite dynamic measures. So for longer period of time, that might be not a very suitable measure. Then there can be confusion of base year because it is what is the entire thing is based upon for comparison. So there can be confusion of which year shall be taken as the base year. So very quickly I've covered this topic.